Good morning, one and all. Thank you so much for your patience. Today has been an example of everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law here today. Hold on a second. Music was a tad loud. Today was an example of everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I'm late. I'm a bit late. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to tweet out that I was live. Let me do that really quick. Almost done. There we go. Sorry about that. I have got to tell people on Twitter that I'm live. Especially if at the end of every video I say, hey, I update Twitter manually with every visit. So there you go. Okay, not only did I wake up late because I played Astroneer too late last night. I know. It's a kid's game. I get that it's a kid's game. It's a lot of fun. I'm sorry, it's just a lot of fun. I found that Astroneer is a great game for when I just need to unwind. I've had a long day, a great day, got a lot of work done, and I just need to smoke a cigar and drink some rum and think of nothing except for terraforming a planet and discovering a giant rotating cube at the center of the planet's core. That's what the game's about, and it's fun. So I played that until way too late last night. So I woke up late, first of all. Then, as I'm getting my morning coffee, I get a call from family that they're at the airport waiting to be picked up. A family that's out of town. Now, in the Oxhorn household, since I do this all day, almost all day, my wife does a lot of the daily planning and scheduling and visitors and all of that. And for some reason, I didn't know about this. I mean, I knew we were going to be having company, but I didn't think it was today. So yeah, so I'm doing a live stream, and my company is going to be arriving any minute now. So, but don't worry, I'm going to finish the live stream, and then I'm going to go out there and explain what I do for a living. This is one of the things when you're a YouTuber, you have to often explain exactly what it is you do. Especially if whom you're explaining it to is from a completely different generation, they think you don't work. I had this problem when I was buying my house. I talked with the contractor who built it, and the real estate people who were trying to sell it to me, and all the people you have to talk to get the house. They're from a completely different world in a completely different generation, and they sit there and they go, "So wait, you don't go to work?" And I say, no, I work, but what I do is on the internet. And they're like, wait, how do you make money on the internet? And I have to say, well, ads, advertisements, YouTube. And then it's a long conversation, and they're really quizzical. Like, they don't get it. It's hard for them to understand. And they make you go through a lot. If you're trying to buy a house and you make a living on YouTube, prepare for hell. It's gonna take a long time. It doesn't even matter how much you make or how well your business is doing. You're gonna have a hard time. It's tricky. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be enjoying that conversation later. And before we get started, I've got one new prop to show off. It's Jangles the Moon Monkey, right? I mean, it's Captain Cosmo's sidekick. How could I not get Jangles the Moon Monkey? It's the latest from Gaming Heads, I believe is the company that put it together. And it's not life-size. My one complaint about this particular prop is that it's not one-to-one scale from the game. The in-game Jangles the Moon Monkey is huge. It's like down to here. It's a giant toy. But it's still really well done. I mean, look at all the detail in there. I mean, my kids are terrified. This arrived, and I knew what it was, and I said, hey, everybody, do you want to see a space monkey? And they're like, yeah, Dad, yeah. And I open it up, and I pull it out, and they're like, what is that? Why is he frowning, Daddy? What's with the crazy eyes, Daddy? I'm like, oh, well, space radiation. Maybe he doesn't like that. They didn't like it at all. It's funny. Every single prop I get, they're kind of like, Like the Mr. Fuzzy token cat guy. I mean, his grin is too wide. And I thought his grin was a little creepy. The only guy they like is this guy. My daughter loves the Vault Boy. The Vault Boy guy. She'll sneak into my office and get all of my bobbleheads and play with them and give them names. And hello, Mr. Bobblehead. Well, hi, Mr. Bobblehead. And she loves playing with the bobbleheads. So anyway, I'm sure that they'll eventually warm up to Jangles and start playing with him too, because they play with all my other stuff. All right, well, today is day 1 of Dishonored 2. I had so much fun with Dishonored 1. I'm really looking forward to getting my feet wet in Dishonored 2. Now, because I was running late today, I don't know what to expect. I haven't had a chance to I typically play the game for 20 minutes or so to make sure that the screen tearing is gone and all of that. Haven't done any of that, so I'm just kind of just jumping in sight unseen. And I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's hope for the best. Oh, turn the sound back up. All right. Laura says, to be fair, Jangles is creepy as hell. Now your kids will be like, Dad, what kind of stuff are you into? It's all my Fallout props are creepy. Okay. Play the tutorial, says Ethan. Really? You want me to play the tutorial? Okay, I'll play the tutorial. GT13614 says, oh man, you're gonna love this. Enjoy it, Ox. I know I enjoy watching. All right, here we go. We're gonna play the tutorial as instructed. Do you want to start the tutorial? Yes, that is the button that I clicked. Just Chris says, just don't get any pint-sized slasher stuff. If the kiddos will get at it, you never sleep again. That's right, I don't have a pint-sized slasher mask. Holy cow. I didn't realize I was missing that in my life until just now. I'm going to have to get a pint-sized slasher mask.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you.
Okay, who's her father? Is her father Cornwall? Or Corval? I said Cornwall, didn't I? No, I'm not British.
The sounds and smells of Dunwall never change much.
We finally...
This is my city.
We finally get to see one of the big whaling ships. And does it say Ox on there? Hold on a minute. Does it say Ox on the side of the whale? We saw a big flayed whale, but we didn't see the ship that carries the whale. Scarecrow says...
What training regimen does Father have in store for me today?
Scarecrow says, hey Ox, will you be playing as Corvo or Emily? Oh, my character here is Emily?
All right, Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
Who was that? Is that Corvo or... All right.
If I get going fast enough, I could slide beneath that.
Okay.
Hurry.
Come on, I can do this.
Sorry, Dad. Did I fail you? I'm working on it.
Never doubted I could make that.
You'll have to sprint, vault the obstacle, then slide under.
All right, good. What's next?
Okay, the controls are much better. Oh, this is still weird as all get out. The climbing.
Only I could spend every day running and jumping.
Well, that's what
Let's
we'll be
see
doing, I'm
what
sure.
my feet are.
Come to me.
Yo.
You've learned well. Let's see how quiet you are, young lady.
Guardsman J Bravo says, what are you drinking and smoking today? I'm drinking coffee right now. And actually, I'm smoking something completely different. Today, I am smoking an aged 18 years... wow. Okay, there's a lot. Blended at the K. Hansocia and Company World Headquarters. Gurkha Cellar Reserve. Gurkha Cellar Reserve. It's great because I haven't lit it yet, but it had a pigtail on there. I snipped off the pigtail, but it's got this lovely tapered design. It's one of my favorite. The reason I have these new cigars is because I'm out of my typical smokes, and so I went to the cigar shop and bought like 10 of these. This is my last one. Yeah, I got a problem. Ethan H. says Corvo is voiced by Stephen Russell, the voice actor who plays Nick Valentine in Codsworth. Oh, really? Hey. Okay, stealth. Press C to toggle stealth mode. Okay.
I want you to sneak up on me, if you can.
It's Corvo.
Father's always on about the value of quiet feet.
Okay. When enemies begin to detect you, an awareness meter is displayed, which we should be familiar with.
Get behind the enemy, catch them by surprise, and choke them unconscious.
Sorry, Dad. There he
That's
is.
my girl. Don't let me hear you or see you.
Didn't see anything at all.
Don't make any sound.
This is some interesting father-daughter binding. Oh, I need to
watch
use
the
it.
Patrol route.
Oh,
Didn't hear a thing.
Can I send a replica of Psycho from Fallout, says Scott? Yeah, you can, like on Twitter,
Quiet
send
as
me
a
an
lynx
image
stalking a gazelle.
of anything you want. Ethan says, eventually you'll get a choice to play as Emily or Corvo for the entire game. Emily is recommended because she has new powers, and with Corvo you can only use the old ones. Thank you, Ethan. Brett says, this game allows you to be loud and merciful. You can knock out in combat now. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Remember, a pistol will wake up everyone in the building. Your crossbow is quiet.
Oh, that's right. I gotta get the bottle, not the target. What? Turnbuckle? Oh, great. I'm out of bolts. Oh. Pyro says, hi, Beard. Lovely as always. Light that big boy cigar up. By the way, have you ever worked as a radio speaker or something? Just asking. Have fun. No, I've never worked as a radio speaker. I'll light the cigar in just a bit. It's a little early yet. No, I've never worked as a radio speaker. It's been a working metronome. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, cool.
for some more weapons and combat training. Let's beat each other up, shall we?
Fun!
Yes. Good. That's my daughter. When someone swings a sword at you, block.
How do you block? Oh, I hate this.
Good. Block with your blade.
Well, if you would swing at me.
Well done.
Should I just wait? Oh, man.
Come on.
There we go.
You've got a natural instinct for fighting. If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off balance.
Just as an...
You're quick. Smart move. Come on. Come on. You can choke an enemy out, even in combat.
When an enemy is off balance, you can grab them by pressing her.
Come on. Come on. When someone swings a sword at you, block. Come on. Come on. When an enemy is off balance, you can land a lethal counterattack. While they're off balance, deliver a fatal blow.
Love you, Ox, says Lonesome. Thank you,
Feel
Lonesome.
better knowing you can take care of yourself.
Thanks,
When
Dad.
trouble does finally come, you're ready to fight.
Well, this is fitting. Yesterday was Father's Day, and there we go. We've got Dad helping us out. All right, you see that? That's a problem. Give me a second. So apparently I've got some sort of mouse set up that's causing a big circle to appear on the screen whenever I press control. Let me fix that real quick. Not sure why that's on. I don't think I've had that problem anywhere else. Enable pointer shadow. Show location of pointer when I press control? Why was that there? All right, well, I've got that turned off now. Okay, come on, game. All I did is Alt-Tab. Where'd you go? Please don't tell me that this ruined everything just by Alt-Tabbing. Guardsman J Bravo says, reminds me of the Thief and Dark Projects tutorial. Well, as I'm sure it would. They sound like similar games. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right, it's gone. Now, let's do the campaign. New game. Okay. Easy. Medium. Hard. Very hard. Custom. Well, let's do hard. I already did the tutorial. No. Pyrolize says, hey, programmable buttons. Nice.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces.
I'm glad we played the first game
years later,
first.
Am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Jeez, okay, calm down. Guardsman J Bravo says it's one game, Thief the Dark Project. Also, we've got some bots and shit that need banning there, Ox. Oh, do we? Okay, give me a second. Oh, Brian's in the chat.
Watch
Yay!
your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Wow, the graphics are great.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Is it Jessamine or Jessamine?
Tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Oh, I get what she's saying. Oh, I'm gonna get demonetized by this
Your
music.
Majesty,
I just realized that.
Before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos!
Is this Star Wars? What the
Mechanical
heck?
soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsey? I didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful Empress, Delilah Caldwin.
Oh!
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Oxhorn Jacob Caldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Caldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwin.
Royal Protector, how naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Caldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
What?
Okay.
Sword can't still my heart.
No, 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 no. So much for low chaos, right? Okay. So now we get to choose. Are we going to play as Emily or Corvo? Rule over the Empire of the Isles, trained in stealth and combat by her father, Corvo Attano. Play as Corvo, legendary royal protector to the Empress and figure of infamy from the time of the Rat Plague. Okay, so a lot just went on there. Holy cow. I'm really glad we played the first game and the DLCs before we played this one because it answers a lot of questions. So, yeah, Corvo, Lord Protector, also secret lover of the Empress, if Emily is his daughter, unless he kind of just said that after the fact to adopt her and care for her, I don't know. And we met Delilah in the Brigmore Witches DLC of Dishonored 1. And it looks like canonically Dowd didn't finish her off. Is that the canonical ending of Dishonored 1? Dowd did not succeed? All right, well, we did Corvo last game. We're going to do Emily this game.
Cast you in cold marble.
What?
Sweet girl, over time you will come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Coldstream Prison until her trial. My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
It'll be all Captain Mayhew.
No!
So that's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half?
What?
There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father.
Okay, we finally have control. All right. This is... Okay. I know I'm just beginning, but this is the frustrating thing about these kind of games. If I was just an innocent bystander, right? And I'm in the throne room, and yeah, all of these killings have been going on, and then suddenly, out of the blue, a long-lost sister walks in with a bunch of knife robots and says, "Oh, I'm really in charge. I'm gonna take the throne now from the little girl. But she deserved it because she's really been killing all of her political enemies." I'd suddenly become suspicious. I'd be like, "Oh, that's how you knew about that, and here you are to relieve her, and you had nothing to do with it." So, first of all, that I don't know if that would really work. Secondly, why did they spare Emily? Like, why? Why does Delilah need Emily to be the daughter she never had? Of course, for the plot, right? You can't, right? She's gonna freeze the father in marble. But Emily, she just, let's chuck her in her bedroom. I'm sure the daughter of a stealth assassin that, killed the guy who stopped me from possessing Emily's body as a child won't have any ability to get out of that locked room. And then this guy comes in saying, oh, by the way, here's the key to a magnificent treasure that you have. I'm just going to take it and walk away. So now we got to steal that key. Sorry, I know I'm getting finicky, but come on. All right, let's resume. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's put on... subtitles. Holy cow, it's getting bad. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube's chat moderation settings. I have it so that links can't be shared in chat. So I don't even know how these spam bots are even succeeding. Let me actually check that setting really quickly. All right, sorry about that, Brian. I think that should make your job a lot easier. I simply blocked all links in chat. So these spam bots are going to have no reason to spam our chat. All right, play settings, yes.
Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
How's it going to take, Captain Ramsey?
Your horses, Corporal. Dial. Ramsey knows what he's doing. The man's moving up in the world. He's old blood. One of the good families.
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
The Ramseys are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. You'd be smart to remember that.
Martin says, why is slow mode on now? Slow mode has always been on. There's never been a moment in my broadcasting career when slow mode has not been on. Grandfather clock set alarm.
I used to hide frogs in this old grandfather clock to drive the housekeepers mad. I thought life was complicated back then.
Letter from Advisor Helmswater. Empress, we face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? If not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Lerona Helmswater. Ship launch protocol. Empress, after the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, we'll launch the ISS Jessamine Caldwin just before the anniversary of your mother's passing. Pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Bristol, true of heart and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Why did they save her and put her in her room?
Should I just spin it? and pick a place to hide for a while.
Okay, so we're
I
gonna
need
get
time to think.
All right, we've got an open window. I'm curious to find out when we are going to be visited by the outsider. And there's a ledge up there. We could get up there, probably not.
The Hound Pits pub. I can't believe it, but I actually miss those times.
Fond memories at the Hound Pits, even though we were surrounded by murderers, assassins. Okay, a letter from the Tivian Trade Commission. Our most esteemed Empress, as you know, the freight from Serkonos bound for Tivia is now routinely set upon by pirates or spoiled with bloodflies. In addition to the loss of Tivian lives, be they crew, dock workers, or shopkeepers, there is the material cost of the cargo itself, which can barely be calculated. If things continue unchecked, we will be forced to cease trading with Serkonos, and perhaps even embargo ships from the southernmost isle altogether. But this need not come to pass. The Trade Commission is a reasonable body and has already considered remedies to ameliorate the situation. We seek the following: 1, independent qualified inspectors at all ports; 2, patrols to defend against pirates and smugglers; 3, compensation for the previous and future losses. If this list of reminders that I wish to discuss with you It is this list of reminders that I wish to discuss with you in person at the earliest possible opportunity. So far, your staff have resisted our efforts to establish a definitive time for negotiation. Prompt them to action, Majesty, for we are eager to travel to Dunwall. Until we can sit down and discuss this in a civilized fashion, I send you our best. Demian Shurigan, Principal, Tivian Trade Commission. So... look, if I'm being perfectly honest, I really don't think Emily here is suitable for the throne. And it's probably just due to her age, you know? She, clearly doesn't want to be here. Why would they put her here if she doesn't want to be here?
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed.
Oh!
Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily... Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks. Looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
That's horrible. Oh, Alexei. New captain. A new captain who goes by the name of Megan Foster arrived in Dunwall. She's looking for Corvo Atano. Maybe she can help you. Lore and maps findings. Letter from the Tivian Trade Commission. We've read all 3 of these. Travel log along Dan Dunwall. What? What's this? Kravik says, enjoy the game. Don't fret over the ending. P.S. Hashtag OxRocks. Thank you. Don't worry, I won't fret over the ending. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of Rudshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand using sheets and hiding an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily, you promised to be more serious and to listen at court, and you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposals for a new decree on whale oil rationing and distribution. And there's nothing there. The anniversary, that time of year again, the anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflections, though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. Yes, having unlimited power is so oppressive. They've already gotten me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said I remember about her? That wink she gave me even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather, the sound of her footsteps as she paced at night, the time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll, or the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish but then had to pull a hook from my arm. Now that would be a speech. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of speech people want to hear anyway. Sorry, 1 second. I said family was visiting, and now I've got family texting me. Warning Page Gaming with a tip. Thank you very much, Warning Page. Okay, so here's the secret. Oh, come on, they're highlighting it for me? All right. Well, I guess we'll do that then.
I need my signet ring. This won't open without my ring.
So
Ramsey has it.
Okay, thank you. That's probably not good for stealth,
no
right?
time for that now.
Yeah, no. Okay, thank you. This internal monologue is hilarious. The game is just talking at me. All right, note to self, no playing loud instruments when trying to stealth and assassinate people. Audience request. Captain Mayhew, you don't know me, but you've got to tell the Royal Protector that I have urgent need of his time. I am carrying a message that has to be delivered face to face. Tell him I'm working with Anton Sokolov, an old friend. All the boats are being sent away from the docks, but I'll delay as long as I can. Tell Lord Corvo to find me there. My ship is called the Dreadful Whale, Megan Foster. Okay, part of me is kind of regretting that I didn't choose Corvo, because then at least old Corvo would have, you know, recollections when he meets with Sokolov again. I feel like playing as Emily, I'm always going to be living within the shadow of my father. Tutorial, lean. Q&E. I'm glad that mechanic hasn't
If I had
changed.
two, I give him one. He still got me one, but then if I eat it, no, wait. No, if he eats it, then what?
So, can I drop assassinate this guy? Oh, they're assassinating all the staff? Oh, so this guy's going down. That's my room. Ooh.
Air feels heavy.
They're killing this
Hard to
staff.
get a good lungful.
All right, give me a second. I want to explore everything. Ethan H says, "Hey, Sokolov, remember when I broke into your house and kidnapped you? Fun times, good memories, all that, Josh, and hey, buddy." But you know what? I think they developed a healthy respect for each other. After all, Corvo won Sokolov's friendship by getting him his favorite rare piece of alcohol. And hey, when you share alcohol, you're friends forever. Bathing salts. All right, so this is like the dressmaker room. Royal Conservatory, Great Owl. Okay, so it's not every painting that we look into.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler things. And I won't pretend to understand the pressure you're under. Only you, and your mother before you, could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect, undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit, but trust me, we'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. A sad day for sure. But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne, and you've done what you thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check, and yesterday we launched a magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
Dylan says, keep up the good work, love your Fallout stuff. Thank you, Dylan. So this is interesting. I think this is supposed to be Emily's room, or one of Emily's bathrooms, because we've got the little dress mannequin and a lot of feminine clothing. Had we chosen Corvo, this likely would have been a message from Emily to her father. So I'm getting the impression that the game wanted us to choose Corvo. Ooh. Coin. All right, back to the task at hand.
It sure reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Is he talking to himself? I love the paintings in this world. Launching the ISS Jessamine Caldwin. Oh, they just launched that. How does the painting have age cracks if they just launched it? Sorry, I gotta stop that. Ugh. All right, ooh, another one.
Oh, something stinks around here. It's not my job to clean it up.
Dunwall Docks, ship launch preparations. No, Corvo is not dead. Sean says Corvo's dead now. No, he's not dead. He's knocked down.
See what you got.
Oh, and all the way through. Let's restart from last checkpoint. Try this again. I want to make sure I listened to everything. Light pouch. Oh, I missed that earlier. And then there was some money in here. Now let's save here real quick. All right, I want to jump on this guy, but I don't know what button to press to not kill him.
I gotta get a spare uniform.
Probably control. Let's just go down. Oh no.
So, if I had two, I'd give him one. I still got one, but then if I eat...
Hey, newspapers, that's new. Kyle says, hey, Ox, canon playthrough is with Emily, non-lethal. Okay. Well, guess I'm doing the canonical playthrough. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Empress Emily Caldwin has met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than Ichabod Boyle, notable entrepreneur and supporter of the arts. Boyle recently wrote an opinion piece harshly criticizing the Empress for what he called her shipshod style of governance and her willful neglect of duties. Authorities are convinced the crown killer is the culprit, given the gruesome details left at the crime scene. As Her Majesty's most outspoken adversaries fall one by one to this notorious assassin, we boldly ask, is it now the duty of the royal protector to murder all who dare to criticize the throne? So she's being framed for this, but the damage is done. When this kind of stuff happens, no matter what happens from here on out, even if they catch the real assassin, public opinion, there will still be people who say, oh, it's totally a conspiracy. Even though they caught the assassin, that was part of the conspiracy too. So this is, I mean, her rule is completely undermined now. It's going to be a stain on her rule forever. People just love conspiracies. And there will be always people who believe them. Okay.
Traitors.
Gee whiz. Was there anything on the body? Ooh, look at that. So that's the map. There's Dunwall. That's where we are. I wonder how much of this we're going to get to explore in this game. In the last game, we pretty much just explored a few key places in Dunwall. Oh, I can hear people screaming. They're going on a killing spree right now. Hey, what's that? There's something. Oh, that's a window.
Throne room blocked off. We should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
Mission clues. Eliminate Mortimer Ramsey. Ramsey could be locked inside the safe room, which contains rations and water.
What was that?
Hey, who is...
Okay, well, that didn't work. Well, that didn't work either.
What was that?
Emily Caldwin!
I'll bring your head to the Duke! Delilah is the revenge! Ha!
Okay, this is tricky. No ranged weapons.
What was that?
They're not gonna come out, are they? I'm not gonna be able to jump on top of them.
You're as good as dead.
Well then, come on. Where are ya? Isaiah says, contrary to your new no dice merch, I started a survival mode in Fallout 4. First dessert dispenser I find and try it. Lo and behold, first they get a pie. Then I died before I could sleep. Gone. Wow, that's tragic. Sorry to hear it. Apartment in Karnaca, midday. Looks modern.
Hey, who?
You deserve that, Ramsey.
Okay. I got the signet ring. I tried to choke him out and it wouldn't let me. Like I got the signet ring, I stole it, then I tried pressing control to choke him out and it wouldn't let me. So are there a few people that you just have to kill? Screen tear is real. Yeah, I see. Nope, that's just as bad. It's even worse. Oh, the joys of playing with the G-Sync monitor. I'll have to tinker with that later. Okay, so a couple of options. We need to go to get the signet ring from Mortimer Ramsey and then open the safe room. Did we just get that? Quick save. You had a bottle in hand. Oh, is that why?
This won't leave my hand again. Anton Sokolov made this lock. I spent so many nights in here after the rat plague.
Whispers from the void. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm, excerpt. It is a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels, or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead. But when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world. And what did they experience while they're in this temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and can describe it vividly. And who among us does not know the place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? This place we share, in the farthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and at home, the void. Z-Chib says, "Hi Ox, according to chat, you needed to drop the glass to choke him out. And don't forget to visit Corvo before you leave. And have fun." All right. Good advice. Thank you, Z-Chibs. Whispers from the Void, Part 2. These little glimpses of the void in dreams, or described by those awoken from comas, are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This then must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of the light or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it, and we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer. Not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It'll be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it'll be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond? The clouds of weightless silver gas? And what things would we learn? Could be anything.
I better take these.
Bone Charms, excerpt from a book on sailing, traditions and scrimshaw. Bone Charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty donks to young greenhorns, still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roamed the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. Oh, I don't get to keep that one? Okay. Crown Killer strikes again. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Emily Empress Caldwin has met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than Ichabod Boyle, notable entrepreneur and supporter of the... Oh, God.
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this, with the Duke and Delilah.
This is what I disliked about the first Dishonored. Once you read something, you find it again and again and again. All right, here we go.
I have a feeling I'll need these.
Hey, press Z to use the spyglass. Hello. I see you safe. But first, more to read. Corvo Attano, the Royal Protector in Our Times, Part 2. Is there a Part 1? Hold on. Nope, guess not. In an act of rebellion, young Jessamine Caldwin chose Corvo as her royal protector when Corvo was 19 and she was 12. He served her loyalty as a bodyguard, courier, and some say a spy before and after she was crowned empress. Though it was scandalous gossip at the time, it is said they began a love affair around 1823 when Jessamine was 18. Okay, phew. And Corvo 25. The next chapter of Attano's life is like something out of a legend. During the time of the Rat Plague, when the Empress fell, Corvo was accused of regicide and sentenced for execution. He was thrown into Coldridge Prison and publicly reviled. He escaped, and as part of a small conspiracy dedicated to throwing down the tyrannical Lord Regent, Corvo struck back at the people who killed the Empress and who wronged him. As the Lord Regent fell, the Loyalist conspiracy turned on Corvo, poisoning him. Surviving through some inner resilience, he located the true assassin of the Empress and fought his way out of the flooded district. Corvo eventually cornered the last of the Loyalists on King Sparrow Island at the Burroughs Lighthouse and rescued Emily Caldwin, heir to the throne. The romantic involvement between Corvo Attano and the Empress Jessamine Caldwin was a terribly kept court secret, and thus it is widely held that Emily Caldwin is their daughter. Following the interregnum, Corvo watched over Emily as she began to rule the Empire of the Isles. Yeah, terribly kept secret. Alright, so here's her bedroom. Letter from Wyman. Emily, I didn't want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night, and the only chance I get to see you with your hair, all whichever way is while you're asleep. Creepy. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your Empress face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. Okay, so it's a childhood friend. I don't want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, that's right. She's an adult now. I keep thinking of Emily as the kid from the first game. And yet, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protector functions, know that I'm joking and perfectly aware that white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Bristol. Take care, my darling Emily. Don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. Okay. So, she has a boyfriend. Oh, part 1. His parents were older at the time of his birth, and his father died in a lumber accident outside the city when Corvo was still young. Around that time, his only sibling, a firstborn sister, moved away to Morley, and the family subsequently lost all contact with her. What? Only 16, Corvo dazzled the people of Karnaca when he entered and won the annual Blade Verbena. The spectators from all over Serkonos were thrilled to see someone so young and striking from a working-class family advance through duel after duel, eventually taking the prize. This unexpected outcome secured Corvo a junior officer ranking in the Grand Serkonan Guard. As a soldier, he was involved in a number of conflicts against organized criminal groups, rogue city-states within Serkonos, and pirate bands along the chain of islands radiating east from Serkonos. Sent from his homeland at the age of 18 by the Duke of Serkonos, then Theodos Abel, father of Luca Abel, Corvo was assigned to serve the Emperor in Dunwall as a diplomatic gift. His Serkonan heritage made him a bit of an outsider in Dunwall, but the capital city must have seemed exotic and full of old-world mystery. A few months after he moved to Dunwall, it is recorded that Corvo received word that his mother had passed away several weeks after his departure from Karnaca. Okay, so he's got a sister. An older sister. His only sibling. With whom he lost all contact. Could Delilah have a legitimate claim? But no, because if Delilah was his sister, she wouldn't be related to the Empress by blood, therefore wouldn't have any claim. Interesting. Hello.
Emily, my daughter, I know that one day you'll be grown up, and I wonder what you'll remember of these years. Will you recall your time as a child with fondness? Or were there too many caretakers, formal dinners, and lessons about boring old history? maybe the precious hours we spent together will shine brighter. Time captured now and then with your mother and with Corvo, who was always close to my heart. I hope the season of rats and plague will be nothing more than a passing shadow on your early memories. A crisis come and passed, weathered by your mother and her advisors. You'll sit on the throne someday, and will do well, I hope. It's a tricky life, full of responsibility and peril. It was not your choice to be the daughter of an empress, but I believe you'll rise to the challenge. Stay good-hearted, Emily. Keep drawing and telling stories, and only share your power with those you truly trust.
If only I could talk to my mother one more time.
I think that audiograph is the same one that we remember from the safe room in Dishonored 1. Remember, we found a similar safe room to this in Dishonored 1, and we found that audiograph. Everyone's asking about how I made that connection. No, I mean, I was just wondering whether or not Delilah was Corvo's sister. I don't know if she is or not, and apparently she's not. Everyone in the chat is making that very clear. So then that leaves the one question: whatever happened to Corvo's sister? The one who got sent to Morley, an older sister whom he never saw again. Whatever happened to her? Why bother mentioning it unless it has some sort of relevance? Oh, fond memories of childhood, right, Emily?
The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
Wow, that's a lot of gold. Okay, and we're just gonna leave it here. Well, let's close that. Anything in here?
This could be handy.
All right, I'll take 1 gold ingot because I can travel with it. All right. 1 hour. Got a lot of time
Until I
left.
understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my way to the docks.
All right, I have to say, I understand why they put in that speaking to yourself inner monologue, but outer monologue thing. But it's really distracting. I mean, I know why it's there, because it's reminding the player of what the job is and where to go. And they did it in Dishonored 1, I get it, but it's like every little thing. You pick up gold. This will become handy. No, really. A little distracting. It's a minor complaint. Sorry, maybe I'm just a curmudgeon today. You forgot to visit Corvo. Okay, let's go visit Corvo. Can you change the field of view, please? Sure, I can change the field of view. It's set to 80. What would you like it at? Oh, that's right. Now there are those other guys, though. Did I read that?
Something stinks around here. Not my job to clean it up.
Why can't I choke him out? Why couldn't I choke him out? I was right behind him.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda.
I can just go to the yes. 2 more months, she says. Then she'll leave.
Pretty sure I saw someone.
So confused. He was leaning on a bench. Yeah, I know, but I should have been able to choke him out. He's right behind me. Like, I can reach around the bench, right? Well, let's try this again, because that's awkward.
I thought that... What? That's Emily Caldwell!
Sorry. Got in my way. Hold and release left click to attack with focus strike, making an enemy vulnerable. They killed all of these guys too? Oh, they killed all of the spectators as well.
For this, but I need to get away from here.
Holy cow!
Look at this place.
Those robots just went on a rampage.
Father, I don't know how, but I'll make this right. I promise.
Whoa, that is a cool effect. Floating bits of stone. Man, that's great.
Killed for their loyalty to me. Damn the Duke of Serkonos. Damn Delilah. Animals. No respect.
Ox, you can knock people out from the front too? I can? Okay. Old history textbook, chapter 12. I like how we're just flipping to one chapter. In 1631, Emperor Finlay Morgengard commissioned the first fleet of vessels made expressly for the hunting and processing of whales. They were powered by sails alone, and so were at the mercy of the winds. Although these whaling ships were small by current standards, Morgengard's fleet established the robust whaling trade we still enjoy today. Modern whaling vessels are much larger and use steam power to traverse the seas in search of whales. Did you know that every part of the beast is used? In addition to canned meat and whale oil, there is also a flourishing whale bone trade. Baleen is used in roofing, whale skins are processed into crude cloth, bladders are made into wine flasks, even the intestines are carefully harvested for their precious ambergris, used in many medicinal perfumes. Handwritten note at the end of the chapter. Emily, half of Morgengard's whalers fell to the rough coasts east of Morley. You can still see the remains of ships poking out of the water should you ever visit Iran. Also, there's no mention here that it was Sokolov himself who designed the first steam-powered whaling ships. He'll tell you all about it if you ask, and he's sober. I love how they're tying things together. We learned in the first game that he loves himself some whiskey, and he's rarely sober here. Well, this is great. If we ever go towards Morley, let's keep our eyes open for all of the ruined ships that we read about in this textbook.
What would my old governess say? Callista would probably tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd ask me when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
Oh, Callista. Whatever happened to Callista? I'm glad Emily has such fond memories of Callista, but I wonder what happened to her. Right, field of view. Let's, It's set to 80. Shall we go to 100? Curtis Morgan and the Postulate Child, the same one we saw in the last game. Hello, what's that? I wonder if that can be used as a distraction device later. Yeah, the screen tearing is bad. Well, it could be worse. So, after my broadcast today, I'll sit down and tinker with my computer settings to see if I can reduce that screen tearing. Sorry about that. I'll try to get to the bottom of it. Have they no shame? VSync is already on, NCR Ranger. We went through this earlier in the broadcast.
I've got to get out of Dunwall.
The problem is I'm playing on full screen. I'm not playing in windowed mode. If you all want me to stop and put this on windowed mode, I can try that. Oh, man. Wow, the city feels so much larger. It felt huge in the last game, too.
I should talk to the captain of that ship.
It felt huge in the last game, but man, look at this. That is so great. I love, like, 18th, 19th century Industrial Revolution, London town cities. That was funny. So that's where I need to go, but there's barbed wire in my way.
Somehow Delilah turned my father to stone. I will find a way to undo it.
Or press Control to perform a non-lethal takedown that will leave the enemy unconscious.
Hey, who is...
How do I do a non-lethal takedown from the front? Hold Control to block with your sword. Press Control just as an enemy makes a sword attack to knock them off balance and open them up to a counterattack. When an enemy is off balance, you can perform a fatality by left clipping or by grabbing them with Control. Hold Control. Forget this! Golly!
You're
So
not fit
stupid!
for the watch uniform.
Ugh. All right, I sneak up on them from behind and I can't choke them out. Everyone says, "Hey, you can do a non-lethal from the front." I get there in front of them and I can't. Ugh, so annoying. Whatever. Forget my chaos rating. I'm not gonna worry about it this gameplay like I did last time.
The city is crawling with the Duke's men.
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsey's dead. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Coldwin has apparently fled the scene. We've got to find her. That's it, you've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Circano, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now.
These guys are all murderers.
This shirt reeks.
Stay ready. I want you in place just after the Duke and our new Empress make their appearance. Things will happen fast. Do your part, and there's a share of the spoils for you and the others. Turn on me now, and I'll ask the Duke to send his assassin after your dear old parents. Trust me, the so-called crown killer is the last dinner guest you want in your home. Mortimer Ramsey. Okay, this is evidence and proof that we were set up, that the crown killer is not on our side.
I gotta get a spare uniform.
Forget about that kiss.
The former Empress, Emily Caldwin, has been accused of high crimes against the state. Anyone caught harboring her is equally guilty of treason.
Player way number 1. Detection isn't the end. Even after you are spotted by enemies, various options are available to you. Kill all the enemies in combat, defeat the enemies non-lethally, escape and stay out of sight until the enemies give up searching for you. Use powers, gadgets, and trickery.
Should've listened to Mom and become a hairdresser.
That's Emily Caldwin! No! Damn it! You aren't going anywhere! What's going on here? Oh, damn. She won't go far! She can't escape!
Ah, got it! try this again.
The city's crawling with the Duke's men.
How?
Listen up.
I mean,
have
if I
bad
just
news.
walk through
Ramsey's
there,
dead.
it's going to be a very
Corporal Moore
similar
checked the royal
situation.
quarters, and
so-
Emily Coldwin has apparently fled the scene. We've got to find her. That's it. We've got your orders.
Can I
Spread out
jump
and
to
find the
that?
fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Serkino sink or swim.
Nope.
There's no way to turn back now.
He says keep alert, and I says I am alert. Wait,
You aren't going anywhere.
Hey,
Who is? You're surrounded.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
what the? Stop! You're so dead.
Hello.
Being quiet. Districts.
Anyone here?
Who's this?
Show yourself.
Former Empress, I mean. Come here and fight, coward.
I'm not in the mood. Show yourself. Hello?
Alley-oop.
Anybody?
Can't see any way to reach her.
Search the whole place. I don't have time for
that. This is how I'm going to get through hard mode, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I'm going to get through.
Is there any chance I could slip past all these uniformed assholes and get into the tower myself? Do I still have it left in me? Lady, you want to hear what I've got to say. I guarantee it. Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours, Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south.
Ooh.
And I came to warn you.
I know, Anton, but Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah, that's what I did.
This is my ship, the Dreadful Wale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Civilians killed 0. Hostiles killed 3. Total killed 3. I was not merciful. I didn't do stealth well. So, oh, this is interesting. This is a new graph. Shows me where I was. I was on assault and non-lethal. didn't do stealth very well. I found 1 of 2 paintings, so no runes or really anything to worry about finding here, and I missed a ton of coins. But I did both special actions. Jessamine's words, replayed the audiograph, and Coin of the Realm. Took what gold you could carry. Sweet.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? It feels odd.
All right, everyone is telling me to lower the difficulty, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I can... Oh, that's interesting. I can select which thing I want. Search persistency. So the difference between medium and hard is enemy perception goes from normal to faster. Search persistency goes from normal to long. All right, well, that's what we'll do. Medium difficulty. What?
What is this place? Where am I?
Hello, outsider.
I can feel something moving closer.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days.
He's a bit different.
I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement.
His voice is different.
Someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty? And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood? I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
Oh, I can choose a no powers mode. Fascinating, but no. I want powers.
Burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something. All
Far
the
reach.
stories, they're true.
Oh! Whoa!
Incredible.
So, who needs Blink, right?
This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne.
What is this? Am I getting a lot of foreshadowing here? So we've got a guy stabbed through the heart and he's on an easel. He's stabbed to an artist's easel. You know, we find a bunch of like masonry. What does it mean?
Corvo mentioned being here once.
Oh, great! They're gonna give me the heart.
I know you. Do you remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Use the heart to locate runes and bone charms. So, yeah, the daughter is holding the mother's heart. Is that what this is? That's gross. Weirdbeard says you'd know who stabbed the guy, who the stabbed guy was if you explored Dunwall. I see. Ethan says you would have seen this scene had you not run past the level. Okay. Shibalover says I started a week off from work, but broke my toe. I'm stuck on the couch. My foot is killing me. But your live stream is making me feel better, lol. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Stars in the sky here. There is no sky. Shouldn't be here. No one should. In thousands of years, few have seen this place. 3 were empresses.
Really?
There's a strange power
sunk in. I know it now. Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
And I wonder who her little worm tongue is over here.
There's no one quite like Delilah. I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
Ah, that's it. Oh, I wanted to explore that other path. Okay. He then says, if you play as Corvo, there's some weird sexual tension between him and the heart. Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm missing that.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
I'm really interested in who this boat captain is. Missing an arm and an eye? What's her story? Okay, I've got a rune. Letter from Emily. Wyman, by now you must have heard about the coup in Dunwall. Don't worry, I'm safe, hiding far away with friends. I implore you, don't try anything reckless, and don't go back to Bristol. Stay in Morley. There's nothing you can do against Delilah. I can't say I have a solid plan yet, but you know how well I improvise in desperate situations. Remember the time I kept a straight face during the watch officer's report, all the while sitting at my desk without pants? Oh, fun. Yeah, she's like a teenager. If I survive that, I'll get through all of this. For now, jeez. If I survive being half nude, heck, I can kill 1,000 enemies and a great witch sitting on my throne. Sure, why not? For now, I need to stay hidden and act alone. Trust me, we'll see each other again, I promise. Travelogue. Oh, cool. Oh, what is this? Oh, so we read the first one. Okay, let's read Edge of the World. Dishonored, my father is lost. Turned to stone by Delilah. Those words don't even seem real. Witchcraft, something I never would have believed possible. But now I have to believe it so I can believe that it can be undone. Delilah claims to be my aunt, the rightful heir. Truth or lies? All I know is that she used magic to take my throne, aided by that weasel Duke Abel. They must have been working on their plan for years, buying disloyalty with promises, even Ramsey, captain of the City Watch, planting in everyone's mind the idea that my father and I could be responsible for those monstrous killings, that one or both of us were the Crown Killer. I'm not in a trusting mood, but Megan Foster says she knows Anton Sokolov, our old royal physician, and she helped me escape the coup. So all I have right now, or she's all I have right now. We're sailing for Serkonos. My Dunwall, my home, is no longer safe for me. But I never really was safe. I never really will be. The sooner I get that through my skull, the better. The Void. This time it wasn't a dream. I've read about the Void and the Outsider, imagined them. Now I've seen these wonders for myself. Strange doesn't begin to cover it. The Outsider has terrible eyes, black on black. He offered me something. I know these gifts come with a price, but how could I refuse? This power might give me the edge I need to defeat Delilah and Duke Abel. I worry about paying the cost later. And what great. And what price will I pay for this, his other gift? My mother's beloved voice trapped in the strangest contraption. It is both comforting and chilling to be able to talk to her once again, and yet it's not entirely the person I knew anymore. This thing, the heart, it's there and not there. I have to focus in a new way, even to see it. We've arrived at the southernmost tip of the Empire. Strange fragrances all around. Salt, fish, spice. I don't know how to blend in here. I don't know what to eat or where to go, but this is where my father was born, so part of me belongs here too. And these are my people, or they were until my throne was stolen by Delilah. I'm coming for you, Delilah, with my new powers. All I need now is a plan. Okay, so it looks like this boat cabin is going to be our safe house, similar to Corvo's room at the Hound's Pit, the pub. Limited resources. It's not what you're used to living in a place, but this is all the coin I could scrape up, or living in the palace, but this is all the coin I could scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget, and guess what? Now you do too. If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along the way. We'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coup. Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs and they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov was working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, those shops can help with us with that as well. All right. Maintenance list. Repair the things that got busted up in Anton's room when he was taken. When he was taken? It's been weeks now. No, scratch that. Not until I bring him back home. As a show of faith that he will be coming back. Unblock the storage door. Looks like something fell on the other side and I really need to sell the stuff locked up in there to make some coin. Pay the port tax and the look the other way fees to those Grand Guard bastards before they wonder who my passenger is this time. I'll do it when I get the money. Sokolov is gone. Interesting. So presumably we need to unblock it from the other side.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies.
Ooh, what's that? Rune. Ooh, wow, look at that. Oh, cool. City off in the distance. Well, let's see if we can unblock this door. Okay, so I didn't need to jump up there at all. There's the storage room. This leads back here. Alright, well, let me do a quick look over here first. Hotsy
The jewel
Totsy
of the South. My father's birthplace.
says, hi Oxhorn, I love this game and your playthroughs. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you made it to the broadcast. A reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent 4. 2 dead on our first day on the continent, but the new world was not sated and would have no more. None other than the captain himself. Oh, and would have one more, none other than the captain himself. His group had found a cluster of small rodents, much like rabbits or prairie moles. The lure of fresh meat proved too much a temptation for our good captain, who had dined on scant fish and the same rations as the crew all these dreary months. He was able to grab one of the creatures with his bare hands, but the docile beasts were not so tame after all. Having allowed the captain to pick it up, the creature became enraged and delivered several stings from a gland hidden in its tail. The captain complained of heat and itching where the stings had penetrated, but instead they pressed on. He died of asphyxiation within a quarter of an hour. It was suddenly obvious to me that at this rate of attrition, we would not only fail to sufficiently reach the continent, but we might soon lack enough crew to make the return voyage. Something had to be done to save the venture, and so I immediately declared myself captain. On my orders, the remaining crew kept to the relative safety of the breach for the duration of the week, though I sent 2 young academy students armed with nets and cages to fetch a live sample of the prairie mole that had so swiftly killed the captain, as first and foremost, ours was a research expedition. All right, well, I look forward to reading more about that particular trip as the game continues. Now, we've got a rune underwater. Alley-oop. What? Hello. Sea floor, here we go. Oh, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of death. Breath. Up. Okay, we're okay. How do I equip my runes? Powers. No bone charms. Oh, that was a rune that I just got. And I don't have any bone charms. Powers. So I've got far reach, which is really cool. It's a great alternative to blink. But I only have 3 runes. I could upgrade it. I can pull objects. Decelerate. Oh. Domino, that requires 4. Link human targets so they die or fall unconscious together. Oh, what a cool thing. Oh, I'm gonna like that. Shadow walk, assume a stealthier form for a short time. Doppelganger, summon a shade of yourself that attracts enemies. Mesmerize, summon a void spirit to enthrall humanoids or hounds. Dark vision. Okay, we remember this one. See better in darkness, observe living beings through walls. Powers and then enhancements. So these are passive abilities. Cool. I really want to explore this shipwreck. But I'm gonna die. Can I take time to read? No, let's just go back up. Man, that breath is really... You don't mess with drowning in this game. Alright. Okay, so floor 1 is a bust. No way to the storage room from here. Let's go to floor 2. Nothing. Oh, hey, a dinghy. Huh. It's fueled by whale oil. How cool. So it's a motorboat. All right. On to the next floor. Dreadful Wale. Is the name of this ship the Dreadful Wale? Dreadful Wale accounting. Yep. 6th songs out 32 coin, docking and late fee. 8th songs out 25 coin, ferry, cargo, night, Piccolo and Tate. 8th songs out 50 coin, crust removal on hull, shipyards. Out 90 coins, new sextant. Out 5 coins, gave out coins to mudlarks. Out 25 coins, chicken, potatoes, oil. Out 10 coins, Anton's seasick pills. Apothecary Swain. Out 25 coins, matches length of rope. Out 40 coins, night ferry of cargo. In 6 coins, sold rockfish. Out 12 coins, barrels of oil, slime removal. Out 20 coins, mutton, carrots, and potatoes. Wow, she is bleeding money. Oh, there's the map.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father. I promise.
Yote with the tip says, Pebis is good, you should play Rage 1 if possible. I have already played Rage 1 in a live stream session, and I've organized the playlist on my channel. You should check it out.
Be cursed. Daft old man, this is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in the old days? All sharp metal and shadows, we'd say. You're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know.
Eric says you looked right at the open hatch, did I? Oh!
The Duke's probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky, the Howlers will be distributed by some sort.
Ha-ha! Right, I'm just gonna steal everything. Reflection of my journey to the Pandician Continent 3. More of this wonderful voyage. By Anton Sokolov. I wish I could get this in order. At dawn, I set out with a group that foraged east and included 2 other natural philosophers and 4 crewmen. We used blades to clear the vegetation that grew thickly here and slowly made our way away from the shore up a steep incline. Our purpose was to gather samples of the native plants for our research journals. I found myself pressing leaves and stems between pages and taking copious notes on several species of flora I surmised no human had ever set eyes on previously, when suddenly young Mr. Gravitt from the academy began hopping about and screaming wildly. Welcome new member, Kreetak. Chance had bade him pick an unfortunate place to step. Aggressive ant-like creatures swarmed him from below. So many in number, we were his tiny attackers. Man, I'm just butchering this up today. So many in number were his tiny attackers that we quickly lost sight of him under their onslaught. We finally managed to pull Gravitt from the insects, acquiring several painful welts where we had come to his aid. Mr. Gravitt, however, was bitten or stung, as I would eventually discover, so many times he was barely recognizable, swollen unto deformity over every inch of his person. Moaning like a sick bull, he expired before we could carry him back to the beach. Luckily, some of the creatures still clung to him, providing me with precious samples. Oh, Anton, never change. Whoops.
Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me.
There we go.
We've been en route for 2 weeks. I hope Sokolov is all right, wherever he is.
Crown Killer strikes again. Is this the exact same? That's the 3rd newspaper we've gotten. Well, I suppose all of the newspapers should look the same. Hey, what is this? She has a painting of Delilah?
Why is this here? It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more.
Yeah, I remember Anton did a painting of her when she was the mistress of some other lord or something from the last game.
All right. You've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There are reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermire Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermire. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
I can see why you like her. She's almost as secretive as you. Megan Foster. She wasn't always a ship captain.
It was years ago. The two were inseparable. There was no food, but there was love. Those brief days on the street with her childhood friend. The happiest time she's known. Megan, she can be trusted to a point. But I cannot see past the anger. That much rage can hide things. There was always hunger back then, on the streets of Dunwall. Hunger and fear. She learned to be brutal to survive.
Investigating Addermire Institute. This boat captain, Megan Foster, she helped me escape the coup, but she's giving me the side eye when she thinks I'm not looking. She's all I've got for the moment, though soon I hope Anton Sokolov will be joining us, my old teacher, keenest intellect in the Empire, filthy mouth, gone and got himself abducted. Megan says he was last seen being dragged towards Addermire Institute by the Crowned Killer, which makes no sense to me unless the killer is a patient there. Maybe he needs medicine or something, but how can a deranged patient be working for the Duke and Delilah? Addermire's chief alchemist might know, Alexandria Hypatia. She's been running this place for years. She's famous for curing the miners' diseases. If she knows anything, I'll make her talk. It's interesting that they haven't added Piero to the game. Of the two alchemists, or of the two magicians, they decided to add Sokolov instead of Piero. Maybe they thought that Sokolov was a more sympathetic character. After all, Piero was a bit of a pervert, as we recall from the first game. But interesting that they made that choice.
Back in Dunwall, she almost
Slackjaw?
killed the crime boss called Slackjaw. Once, while he was getting shaved.
Ooh.
Some nights, she wakes choking, hearing the screams of a young girl, watching her mother die.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you that for years she was a smuggler, and worse before that. She has not always chosen her companions wisely.
I can tell from the eye and the
She
arm.
truly cares for Sokolov. I can feel it. I can see why she cares so much for Sokolov. Both of them are trying to atone for their past.
See.
But maybe there are things beyond forgiveness.
So, Sokolov is a bit of a changed man then. He was always in it for the wealth and the fame and the whiskey. maybe he's actually developed a conscience.
She has secrets I will not reveal. She may tell you in time. It was not her hand that held the knife. Things would have been different for her if her young friend had survived the attack all those years ago. She is a woman formed of 3 fathers: a drunkard, a killer, and an artist.
So she sees Sokolov as a fatherly figure. Sokolov is the artist. Slackjaw must be the drunkard, or is he the killer? Slackjaw could be the killer. Well, then who would be the drunkard? Maybe the drunkard is Sokolov. Maybe he's both. Or maybe the drunkard is her real father. Ah! What? I pressed the wrong doggone button. It's confusing. It's in my left hand. So you think press the left button to activate the heart. But no, that's sword. And I kill him.
She almost killed the
Alright, let me check that one room real quick before I finish.
While he was getting shaved.
What was I doing here? Oh, yeah. Hello. We've got a locked door. feel so bad. Oh, sorry for killing you. Man, she died with one hit. We're learning all this fascinating history about the character. She almost killed Slackjaw. And then you just swing your sword once at her and she goes, ah! Okay, whiskey tumbler. Cup of tea. Blood of the Abel House. Chapter 4, Introduction. This chapter will focus on Editha Abel, steward of Culero. With sword in hand, she swept the marshes of raiders, sacrificing her life for Serkonos. We will provide newly uncovered insights into the exploits of Rabinos Abel, who built the ornate wooden bridges of Sagunto. Follow along as we map out... The chat is still freaking out over that. Follow along as we map out the expansions occurring under the Abels, through which trade routes to the other isles were established, bringing riches to the nation-state, even as waves of settlers continue to join Serkonos from Morley. The Abels balanced growth against Serkonan culture. In later chapters, we will detail the times of Theodanis Abel, true son of Serkonos. Brave and benevolent, he united the East and West as no other before him. Even the rowdy people of Bastilion swore loyalty to him. One isle, one Serkonos, united under House Abel. Lastly, we will settle on Luca Abel, who rules today, partaking in feasts and merriments of all kinds, bringing joy to our fair isle. Who was she playing cards with? Sokolov, I bet, before he was kidnapped. But if he was kidnapped from this ship, why did they leave her alive? You'd think they'd kill her or something. Ooh, workshop. A reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent 1. By Anton Sokolov, introduction. A colleague of mine owns a stunning map of the known world, adorned with curlicues and sea beasts. It has a cherished spot over her mantle. She paid handsomely for it and was so bristled when I enumerated the various errors. Chief among them, of course, the size and placement of the Pandician continent. Oh, how cartographers are loath to show how small and distant our empire really is compared to that giant landmass, as if Pandicia were but a few days' journey from Iran. Every veteran ship captain knows that it takes months to reach those shores. I had no doubt that Pandicia was rich in resources, but a place must be understood if we ever hope to exploit its myriad treasures. These were my thoughts as I agreed to join the ill-fated expedition. And so it was on the third day of the month of Earth, under calm gray skies, the great sea vessel Antonia Aquilo set sail with captain, crew, researchers, and myself. 38 of us total, for what would be the most terrifying and spiritually draining experience of my life. Sokolov's notes. I've wondered whether I have another book in me. The blood fly epidemic, coupled with basic information on life cycle and behavior, might make an excellent project for this old natural philosopher. Blood flies are exotic insects, and unlike anything else found in Serkonos, I suspect they originated on the Pandician continent. In groups of 3 or fewer, they are harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate that each emits a scent that has a collective effect on larger numbers of blood flies. Blood flies are attracted to rapid movement and sound. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm, and in particular, the nests are quite susceptible to fire. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs, which hatch in breathtaking fashion after a very short time. More corpses in a Serkonan city, say during a crisis or a plague, mean more blood flies. Okay, I see where this is going. Interestingly, in the last part of a bloodfly's life cycle, they calm a great deal. Leaving the swarm, they molt, causing the wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives a solitary existence. Very odd. Bloodflies are largely restricted to the south, preferring warmer climates, like certain aging natural philosophers. Oh, there they are. Looks like we got a dead one in there. So what do? Crack this open? To get at the dead bloodfly? Yeah, no thanks.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the dreadful Wale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Was he calling out to Megan for help? Or was it to Megan when he said, to whom he said, "What's wrong with you?" Could Megan have kidnapped Sokolov and yet not remember it? Alright. Is that so bad? Alright, I got a dried bloatfly husk. Anton Sokolov's investigation notes. Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate with good wines and spicy foods without stumbling into another nest of aristocratic vipers eager to coil around the heart of this empire? As I've learned more each week for months now, I found my mind turning over the movements beneath the surface here in Karnaca. Duke, Luca, Abel, and some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey of the Dunwall City Watch, a betrayal that boggles the mind. How many others are involved? They aim their venom at our dear Empress young Emily, that much is certain, but when will they strike and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of esoteric information, linking it together with what we already know? Can we even afford another week? Or should Megan and I set out for Bristol tonight? Taking this leaky tub up through the canal. Corvo will not hesitate. He will act as soon as I hand over what I know, and if I'm too hasty, it might be his undoing. Coming home to his native Serkonos without some critical piece of knowledge about the affair. And then there's the Crown Killer to worry about. If that fiend is part of Duke Abel's schemes, as I suspect, how long until the dreadful Wale catches the Duke's eye? Brian says, no, Ox, he looked at the kidnapper and said, "What's wrong with you?" Yes, but you don't ask a kidnapper what's wrong with you because the kidnapper is already acting according to his nature. That's like looking at a thief and going, "What's wrong with you?"
I always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov.
I mean,
He made so many clever devices during my mother's time.
A thief is gonna steal. He's just doing what comes naturally. It's not right. He needs to be punished. It seems like a strange thing to say. But maybe I'm overthinking it. I mean, if there was a strange person on board, your initial response would be, "Hey, who are you?" Right? You're not supposed to be here. But to look at that person and to bypass that and go straight to, "You're acting strangely. What's wrong with you?" It seems weird.
Always tinkering, painting, or living life with gusto. That's Sokolov.
Okay. Sorry about earlier. Yeah, let's go.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
TJ says, you just know Ox is going to vary it between bloat and blood flying throughout the game. I know. They are very similar. Ooh, what a cool little skiff.
I'd take you to Addermire by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkonos spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca, Bell took over. He started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Addermire. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Addermire, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Addermire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Okay. Chaos level. Your actions affect the world around you. Taking lives will cause Emily or Corvo and their allies to grow more cynical. Too many deaths will lead to higher levels of bloodfly infestation and a darker final outcome for the story. All right.
Maybe I just won't pay at all.
Okay, so what's the blood doing in the water there? That's interesting. Locate the black market shops.
Welcome to Karnaca, stranger.
Thank you.
No need to cover your face. There's not much dust from the mines down here at the docks.
I love this sort of stuff. These posters for products, marketing posters.
Between the flies and the filth, it's getting hard to breathe around here.
Ew.
Stink, do I?
What ship is that out there? You know the skipper?
The dreadful Wale. No, it's not on the register. Maybe one of the recent importers from Warwick.
Let's give it a day or two. If she's still there, I can ask a friend who's with the Grand Guard to take a squad on board and conduct a search. Give the group time to go to the car. For them.
That's Addermire in the distance.
Want that with the big windmills, Addermire? Okay.
Alright then. Maybe a little more.
Damn, the light is amazing, but I'm going sunblind.
Even the familiar parts of the city.
Black market
still eat
shop.
meat? Blood flies and all. I'm sure it's safe.
Never can get used to the heat here. Or the dust.
We're gonna go somewhere.
Hello there.
Hello there.
You're not from here, am I right? Welcome to Karnaca, then.
Oh, that's a relief. Don't know what I ate to
Former
deserve
Empress
that.
on the run. There is no longer any doubt that the recently unseated Empress, Emily Caldwin, is responsible for the recent string of horrible murders. The former monarch is on the run, confirming our suspicions about her guilt and association with the Crown Killer. Why? Why does that mean that they're associated? Indeed, some have even suggested that Emily herself committed the appalling crimes, as it is well known that she was raised by conspirators and murderers. The Grand Circonan Guard has promised rewards of any information leading to an arrest and warns the fugitive will be shot on sight if spotted. Duca Bell recently stated that the former Empress will likely receive a fair trial if she turns herself in peacefully and forthwith.
I should be able to complain to someone.
Sure. Oh, hello. What have we here?
You know that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
Give him a chance to tell his side of it.
It wasn't his fault, Maya. I'm sorry, every now and then one of those Grand Guard bastards pulls a stunt like that. It's getting worse. But I might be able to help you out.
We're listening.
There's a stack of goods that no one's claimed in one of the holding warehouses. I happen to know that no one's gonna claim it ever, because it was dropped from a boat, loading up for freightport. It's good stuff. Spices and dried fish. Maybe worth more than what you lost.
That's a good deal, Maya.
Oh, thank you, Amos.
All right. It's still not fair than just taking what was ours, but we appreciate what you're offering. If it's like you say, and we can find buyers, then it'll get us through the next month.
Good, good. Look, I wish I could have stopped him. Just meet me here again tomorrow, okay? Same time.
We'll be here.
Lucky Babcack with the tip, thanks. I wonder if we can even find the stash they were talking about. But then again, do we want to take it? These poor guys needed to survive. Will I get in trouble for inspecting this boat? I am technically trespassing. They won't mind it if I eat their plantains, right? Whaling territories.
Just make it through this shift. And I can go and have a mug or something at the pub. Feel a little like myself again.
Halfway up, a cable broke and we lost 11 workers. They never even made it into the mine. Those cables weren't made to carry so many people.
First one to admit
Pack
when I was
enough of them
scared.
in, even kids,
And there.
it adds up.
See? I said it.
After that,
I'm
the
scared.
sickness spreads through the crew
Something's
bunkhouse.
up.
That woman from Addermire, Alexandria Hypatia, she used to treat the workers, but she doesn't come around anymore. So what all this means is that we need more workers. There are always people coming to Circonos looking for a better life. We'll get them into the mines, if I have to club them over the head myself.
Jeez. Ryan says, Ox, see those big rails on the water? By the base of the pole closest to the wall, in the water, there's a boat full of supplies. Okay. Is that the boat they were talking about? I really don't want to steal from these poor people. By the base of the pole closest to the wall. Oh! Oh! You can just bugger off now. Oh my gosh! Okay. Oh wow! Don't think I'll try that again. I just got eaten to death. How do you even fight that? You can't pull out your sword underwater. Is there like an invisible barrier? Is that the game's way of saying I can't go past that point?
Now and then one of those Grand Guard bastards pulls a stunt like that. It's getting worse. But I might be able to help you out.
We're listening.
There's a stack of goods that no one's claimed in one of the holding warehouses. I happen to know that no one's going to claim it ever.
Okay, it's in one of the holding warehouses, so I don't need to worry about that.
Loading up for freightport. It's good stuff. Spices and dried fish. Maybe worth more than what
What do you even do? Jiminy crickets. Is that just a decal or is that a rune? I think that's just a decal. Oh, but there's a ton of stuff inside there. Look at that. Whoa, runes and bone charms. All right. All right, well, we're disguised. Let's just walk on in. First, let's hit the black market shop. All right, so that's to Addermire Station.
Hello.
Now what you know what a full day's work looks like.
Are now in familiar parts of the city are starting.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
Emily Caldwin, and carried out by the former royal protector, Corvo Atano. The Grand Circonan Guard will be stopping and questioning all foreigners and new workers on the streets of Karnaca. Compliance is mandatory.
He's dead. What did he die of? Black market shop. Let's see. I don't think I have much coin.
Come here.
What's up?
I have something that might interest you.
Okay.
My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Wanna help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermire Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
Okay. We're gonna do some body snatching. Fun. Here's your outpost at your station.
An underground market. Illegal trade means weapons and ammunition.
If you found this place, I'll trade with you.
Gear or upgrades? Let's start with upgrades.
You want blueprints for better weaponry.
Crossbow. Accuracy, bolt range, reload speed.
I need a nap.
Let's try gear. I have 7 of 10. 4 of 5, 7 of 10, 3 of 3. Stun mine. Ah! Location of sunken supplies. A pair of sailors passed along the location of a boat that sunk in the bay containing supplies. Is this what you guys sent me to?
Why you cover your face is not my affair.
So thank you. I guess I don't have to buy the supplies for 250. Or a rune for 400.
I'll take that deal.
Well, we got the rune.
You shouldn't deal with strangers.
At least I bought it instead of stealing it. Alright, I should probably use it. I've got enough to buy stuff now. Let's see, I have 5 runes. We could upgrade my far reach, or we could get some other powers. Dark vision. This is what we had last time. Let's see if it's changed. A pulse occurring at regular intervals will show you the directional facing and view cones of your enemies, and even enables you to see them through walls. Giving you vital situational awareness for a stealthy ambush or for sneaking through the area. Also provides visual representations of the sounds you make. Let's see what the upgrades are, because that's only 2 and I've got 5. I could get to 3. Greater dark vision. See objects and security systems through walls. Or premonition. Visualize enemy routes and their current destination. Ah. Alright, this is going to be important early on, so I'm going to get that. Now do I want to upgrade that or should I get Domino? Well, I can't. That's 4. So, Mesmerize, Doppelganger, Shadow Walk. Let's save my runes so that I can get Domino.
Come in, my friend. I like how you spend.
Yeah, I spent a lot on that doggone rune. Practically everything I had. Okay, to Addermire Station or to the Overseer's Outpost. I always do side quests first for some reason. I enjoy them, so let's do that.
When the Grand Guard comes in, I don't know you.
But do I really want to start breaking down doors? It says breakable door. And that's blocked off. I can't go that way. Oh, and that's too tall.
Are we gonna let a few blood flies stop us?
I'm in. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had any money. We just know they're dead, and the place is infested with blood flies.
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I break my back in the silver mines. Silver dust. Okay, nothing much else for here.
It's infested, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Oh. Lento, you're either brave or desperate to accept this job. We used to smoke flash bloodflies with full crews, but the infestations are bad now, and they do cancel the funding, so we get rid of the nests by hand. Here's what you need to know to stay alive. If you need to slip past a bloodfly swarm or nest, keep your distance and move slowly, or they'll attack. When the bloodflies are calm, you're fine. If they take flight and start glowing, it's trouble. If you get swarmed, you gotta run away or fight, smash the bloodflies or burn them. Same for the nests. A bloodfly swarm will keep coming back until you destroy the nest or that swarm. That's really all you need to know. You'll do fine. Oh yeah, another thing, if you find any bloody amber in a nest, just keep it as a bonus. But make sure the Grand Guard doesn't see it, or they'll ask for some urban sanitation tax or whatever. Good luck. Do I have any incendiary darts? I don't. I do. That does the trick. Traditional Serkonan songs. Elmira, Elmira, please come home, Elmira. She left one day to work the clay, but never did come back this way. They say she found a silver vein longer than an empire's reign, running deep the miner's way, looking for the light of day. Elmira, Elmira, please come home, Elmira. She's down there still and always will, but be my sweet Elmira. Elmira, Elmira, please come home, Elmira. She's caught down in the deepest deep. She never eats and never sleeps. They say she sometimes calls my name, or that by now she's gone insane, turning left and all about, searching for the right way out. Elmira, Elmira, please come home, Elmira. She's down there still and always will. Be my sweet Elmira. Flammable bottles, Ox. Good idea. Great. Well, that makes things much easier. Not seeing any flammable. There we go. And I'm out of flammable, Here we go, incendiary bolts. Lucky spell, alright. Let's head upstairs. Bingo. Any more I need to worry about? All right. Well, I'm getting my incendiary bolts back. That's good. Bone charm. My first bone charm. All right. So, let's see. What do I got? Spiritual Fortune. Sometimes drinking a mana elixir restores all mana. Oh, there's another one. How do I get back there? You flew right in. Okay, so these are barred. This is the only way I would have been able to get up here. We've got a couple of bodies. Oh, man. Looks like they tried to kill with pistols. Didn't seem to work for them. Poor guys. But at least we've got ammunition now. Ah, here's how we get to the other one. Any flammable bottles? Nope. Looks like I got one bolt left. Let's hope that was enough. Yeah, that's a burned out nest, right? Oh. I could go further upstairs. Cool. I'll do that in a minute. Let's go downstairs and loot. Flammable bottle. I need a flammable bottle or another dart. Well, that wasn't a nest. I totally thought that was going to be a nest, but no, they were gorging. More blood amber. Man, that stuff's giving me a lot of coin. Cacophony! Alright, now there was that gap in the stairwell upstairs that I saw, and that's the room on the other side we saw earlier. Ooh, and this is where we came from earlier. Alright, so let's see if before going through there, let's go back to the staircase. Can we go up another floor? No, that's blocked in, which means we've got to go this way. Note to neighbors. Most hated neighbors. You forced me out of our home, and you barricaded Lucio inside, treating him like a diseased animal. Yes, he was stung by blood flies, but he's as healthy as a shark, and when he recovers, he'll make you regret this. I've sent the children to my mother's home, but I'm staying here. Say whatever you want, I'm not leaving him. Barricade me inside as well if you're so scared. You can all go to the void. Betna. Well, I mean, the blood flies likely, what, pumped their larvae into them? And so that's how this place got infested? Is that what we're supposed to walk away with? All right, I think there may be one more nest here, and I've got 2 more incendiary darts. Hopefully... Oh, wait, is this where I came from? What? What?
They don't want you here. Why are you hiding?
What the actual heck? Whoops. What is that? What is that?
Nothing I can do about it.
Is that a weeper? Or an infected guy?
Why do you do that? Now I have to shoot. Don't waste the blood. You don't know anything.
Jiminy crickets. A nest keeper. Well, I got some of my bolts back. That was good. Black market shop key. Oh, so if I didn't want to buy it. Okay, I think that's all of them, right? Bloodfly experiment notes. Day 1, my plans are underway sooner than expected. Yesterday evening, I stumbled upon the corpse of a hound in the street. The bloodflies had only found it a day or so earlier, I estimate, and I was able to extract intact bloodfly larvae from it. I'm keeping them warm under a nice side of mutton. Oh. Day 2 success. 2 of my samples hatched overnight, which was sooner than I could have anticipated. They're both active and get quite agitated when I draw near. Day 7, I didn't think it was possible, but they've almost quadrupled in size from when I found them. Day 10, still no nest, which puts a fairly large dent in my hopes for blood amber extraction. Ah, so he was trying to extract blood amber. He got infected. This is the guy they tried to quarantine. His mother got upset. But she ended up dying as a result. Sleep darts. More. Ooh, and I'm all done on sleep darts. Stinging bolts. Wow, I'm getting all sorts of stuff. Glad I didn't spend all my money on ammunition. I must have missed one somewhere. I could hear it buzzing around, but... Whoops. Alright, anything I'm missing here? 76, 67, 63. Alright, so they're all outside of this house. I'm too far away from anything. Whoops. Oh, how did I survive that? I don't know how I survived, but I did. But that's what I kept hearing. Okay. Well, that was a fun side adventure. How are the blood flies back? I killed all the nests. Alright, how do we get to the Overseer outpost? Let's see.
Fellow Serkonans, let us rejoice at the crowning of our new Empress Delilah Baldwin I and the eminent...
Hey there. What have you got for me?
Now royal consort to the Empress.
Oh, you're kind. Thank you. If you want to get past that wall of light, I've heard people sneaking through this blood fly infested apartment. Going through there will get you to the other side of that Grand Guard checkpoint.
Okay, good. Well, I've been through there. I'll steal that.
Let's hope you never need help.
What? I gave you money for it. So what? Looks like I need to go back? Oh, look at this. I can come back here and steal stuff. I'm gonna quick save just in case. Should I feel bad about stealing from the black market? Whoa! What was that? He ran out quickly. Well, I didn't want to get caught. Does stealing add to your chaos level? Yep.
More of this. I'm getting tired of the sound of my own voice. It's like I'm...
Ooh. The Wall of Light is a dangerous security system from the age of the Rat Plague. Those not attuned are burned to ashes upon passing through. This Wall of Light is powered by a windmill, but others are fueled by removable whale oil tanks. You can bypass this Wall of Light in a variety of ways. Shut down the windmill to disable the Wall of Light. Explore nearby apartments to find an alternate path. Brave the bloodfly-infested building back towards the dockyard. Possess a rat and find a small passage. Climb through the window above the Wall of Light.
One is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice.
Please?
It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next?
No!
This is how we get rid of snitches, remember. If anyone asks, he just ran through it.
Yeah, we couldn't stop him.
So they just pushed a guy.
Through the wall of light.
I don't like
Think
that.
around.
Better have a look.
No use running!
In the Duke's absence, I have...
What's going on here?
What's happening now?
This year's bloodfly concern is
Look, it'll be the tip.
He's throwing a rock at me. What?
encounter a nest or infested fort. Do not disturb it. Any attempts to practice the viewing rights of the average everyman is clearly. Contact the Grand Zirconian Guard at once. The guardsmen on site will handle the situation and determine.
All right. Well, since we've cleared this apartment, let's go out the back. Here we go. Well, there's the open window above the ball of light. Overseer's outpost.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid.
Overseer's outpost. I don't even see where the other... Oh, there it is. To Addermire Station. So it looks like the Overseer's outpost quest is on my way. If I can find a way. Oh, this is dodgy. Can I get over there? Yeah.
Request for new boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock. Huh?
Settle down, stomach. Dinner will be in you shortly.
$14th. Let the record show that I did try. When Addermire closed, I tried my best to take on all of their bloodfly cases. Void helped me. I even took out an advertisement in the Karnaca Gazette, and come they did, sometimes with cases so advanced the larvae had already burst through the skin. I had to turn them away lest they contaminate all the other patients and myself. The whole dreadful business has become a danger to me. If I don't protect my own health, how can I cure others? My things are packed. I've purchased passage to Wyndon Town. What a relief it will be to treat scurvy and chilblains after these hideous bloodfly infestations.
The dark sky without stars. The cold,
lifeless ocean that surrounds us all and threatens to devour the earth and sky and all things in between. Trust in the Abbey, my friends. Trust in the Abbey. There is a tale, a decade and a half old. A tale most often shared from overseer to overseer. Apart from the flocks entrusted to our soul. Apart from those who give our lives to both chastise and protect. Sometimes. Hello? Hello? Anybody?
You search the place.
Don't make me search the whole place. Let's see. I don't have time for that. What was it? What? Hey, you! Come here! What was that? Surrender or heresy on you!
My luck, it'll be that sadistic crown killer.
Brothers, let's end him! Lead you to the house.
Ah! It's the Overseers. They're back.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Best to avoid.
Hello? Anybody? It was coming from here. Let's see.
For your family that will keep them safe.
Okay, so this is the Overseer
Lay out
outpost.
a meal that would cause you no shame should your neighbor come to sup with you.
Impurities from the mind and
Let
body.
not the wanderer into your home, friends. Avoid the stranger, for their time to sink roots into the bedrock of the community has passed.
Where are my
Those who wander are untethered by family and neighbors for reasons tested and true. It is often
Where are my sleep darts? Let's see if I can find what controls. Quick access wheel, mouse 3.
because they have turned their back.
Stinging bolt.
A wanderer is a friend to the outsider.
Hey, you, come here!
Never What was that? Did you hear that?
What's going on here?
Shit, what was that?
You don't
can't stay hidden forever.
What
was it?
impossible to get good help these days. Sometimes I think
Come
I'll just
on!
do it myself.
Let's have a fair fight.
Again, I have such a
Where are
strange
you
mind.
hiding? I don't have time for games.
I
Come
will
out,
find
wherever
you,
you
you
are.
know.
I wonder who that was.
I wonder what I'm dealing with. If that was a rat, it was a fat one.
Anyone here? Show yourself.
Oh.
Hello?
You're so dead.
Someone there?
Nope, nobody there. What was that? What?
This heretic's body is important, even though I don't fully understand the situation. We'll wait for the Vice Overseer.
When should Byrne arrive?
He's engaged currently. He'll send someone else, maybe Overseer Karnaca. Until then, we stay where we are.
Won't that corpse attract blood flies, brother?
No, I've dusted it already. We should be fine here for now. But mark me, anyone who shows up here has ill will at heart. There are no coincidences in Karnaca.
That's Mindy Blanchard.
Whoever did that will get them.
I don't like that. Better have a look.
It's not as useful in this game. It's really weird.
Something feels wrong. Think you're smart? I will find you.
It feels less useful.
Where are you hiding?
Do I need to upgrade it? I'm wanting to clear the building first, and then I'll start looting.
Bright fire with our virtuous actions, so the others will not lose their way.
Come on, now's not the time for a nap.
Still no word from our sisters. Strange. Very strange indeed. I must draw strength from my brothers. For are we not as one?
Turn around.
I must be ever vigilant against the outsider. He knows my...
Okay. All right, I'll come back here. Let's go back inside for now. He's coming down to pray, and he's staring right at me. And then there's this guy at the desk over here.
Hello? Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
Think I can sneak by him?
That we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return. I'll ask again today if this is truly her chosen path. I can only...
Oh, for Pete's sake! How do I choke this guy out? Oh, and I'm out of darts, aren't I? Yeah, I'm out of sleep darts. Reports on the Oracle, Day 18, Sister Allison, Recorder of Proceedings, also present Sister Anne, Sister Margaret, and Sister Tabitha. The following is the true and complete transcript of the utterings of the Sister Anne Oracle. Jab stab him and he will get out of the chair. I suppose I could. Just kill him, says Eric. Sleep dart. I'm out of sleep darts. That's what I'm trying to do. More incense, please. Yes, the past and the future meld. I am without body, dust, all about me. So thick my vision falters, it is greed and palpable harm, hiding a thousand evils. Oh look, my sisters, heresy, 10, no 20 wretches, servants of the void, vile worshippers of the outsider. They are assembled there this very moment in a hidden alley, the ground slick with fishmongers' detritus. In the heart of the dust district, I am moving on now, still wrapped in dust, nearly blinded, yet I sense something. Other blasphemies hide nearby, a strange taste in my mouth. And what's this? And here there was a pause, so long that Sister Tabitha finally broke the silence. My sister, has your vision ceased? Or if not, what do you observe? And Sister Anne answered thusly, I have a message for the Vice Overseer, till burn, to end this needless meddling into the conservatory. And now Sister Anne will be needing some rest, and thus ended the session. Truly and complete in detail, Sister Allison. Interesting. Distract him so that he leaves the desk. Okay. Oh, that's flammable.
All right, there's no one here.
That sounded like broken glass.
Oh.
Fight! Stop! You aren't going anywhere! Can't escape! I smell heresy on you!
Throwing a bottle will make them hostile, not just distract them. Yeah, I discovered that.
Very strange indeed. I must draw strength from my brothers. For are we not as one?
And he's still stirring my way.
The description sounds different. No. There was a bad dog. I see that now. See that same first.
Well, it looks like they're in the next building over. Let's do that when we get to the rooftop.
I must be ever looking against the outsider. Tests me, taunts me. I will not give in. Back as the voice of the outsider.
And he's still sitting there. All right, let's quick save that. We're familiar with the 7 strictures from the first game.
The muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body.
So it's all in that building over there. Check that out in a minute. Let's deal with this last guy.
They will rise up among you like a virulent swarm, devouring everything wherever they go, even business. A glittering thing. That's all it was. A bauble. A trinket. Yet it caught my eye. Why be tempted by such gilded nothings?
Finally! Goodness. Unsent letter to the High Overseer. Esteemed High Overseer Kulan, I hope you're in good health and not too nostalgic for Wei Gone, which I'm told is striking this time of year. Forgive my stream of letters, but our problems in Serkonos are significant. Any insight you can offer would be welcome. Duke of Bell is a travesty, openly disdainful for the Abbey, and yet I must maintain relations with him for the welfare of this nation. You've been called a unifier, something the Abbey greatly needs after the horrors of the Rat Plague, so your guidance would be of value. Under the Duke, the streets here are overrun with cutthroats. Paolo and his gang grow bolder every day. Lastly, my recent correspondence with our oracular sisters has been troubling. Their responses have arrived under marketed delay, and their recent proclamations possess an unusual cadence. Yours in faith, Vice Overseer Liam Byrne. Then there's that, which we already read. Fire hardening treatment. Ooh. So there's something down there, but then there's this guy, but if I have to carry him, well...
I swear if I have to listen to one more complaint, I'm just going to burst.
That's it. The body Mindy sent me after.
Interrogation report. Brother Bernardus, where did you find these drawings? Accused, I made them. As I said, I'm an artist. Mostly newspaper advertisements. These don't look like advertisements. They look like heretic nonsense intended to make your neighbor sick or bring back a loved one. Nothing will dissuade you of these notions, I'm sure, so instead of wasting my breath, I'll give you some advice. Take a bath once in a while, Overseer, and invest in some scented soap unless that's against one of the strictures. Conclusion, apparently the accused suffered from a weakened heart, dying during the interrogation without providing anything further. His apartment on the Canal Street should be searched for items or drawings of a profane nature. Alright, so there's the guy I need. The rune is right below me, and I already cleared this, so... Corrupt Bone Charm. Shivering Silhouette. Enemies Enemies miss more often with ranged attacks, but you're more visible to enemies. Yeah, I don't think I'll equip that. Secret date. Amadio, meet me in our usual place tomorrow night. Be sure to bring the drawings we talked about. Well, I'd like to see these drawings. Alright, so everything else is downstairs. I did clear this floor, right? I think I did. Yeah. We read these in the last game. But it's placed right next to this, which... makes me think that it might be part of the clue. Remember the 7 strictures, especially lying tongue, restless hands, and rampant hunger. Okay, lying tongue, restless hands, and rampant hunger. 2. Three, 5. Okay. I'm at 4, and I really want this, but that... oh, that requires 4. Great. Link human targets so they die or fall unconscious together. Domino links 2 human targets. While the power is active, any action taken affects all linked targets. For instance, quickly incapacitate multiple enemies using a single sleep dart, reducing the risk of alarm, or kill multiple linked enemies simultaneously if outnumbered in a fight. Combine Domino with other powers to great, surprising, and interesting effects. For instance, summon a doppelganger and link it to an enemy. Any damage you deal to your own doppelganger will be shared by the linked enemy. Oh, wow, lots of cool stuff we could do. Sweet. That'll be fun to play with. But for now, they seem to be just throwing bone charms and runes at us. But I have a feeling they're not... I have a feeling there are no more in this building. They all appear to be in the next building. Let's go to the bottom floor just in case. Then we got to get rid of this body, and yeah, that's in the next building over there. So to get rid of the body, we got to dump it into a nearby building. Let's go to the rooftop for that. All right, Mindy Blanchard, 48 meters down that way. Is it easier to do it from up here? Yeah. Wow, look at those mountains. Ah! Just in case. You can climb the You can climb those mountains. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, what kind of business was this? Haberdashery, maybe? Whoa! What? To my brother, dear Emilio, I know what you'll say, but inside I'm dead already anyway, so I have to try. I sought out the old witch, and she said it wasn't too late to cheat death. I gave her all my coins for a spell to bring back my poor Lisbeth, who was as happy as a gull one minute, then next, dead and cold. Here I write the awful spell the woman gave me. Only for Lisbeth's sake do I attempt it. 4 fingers, 2 fresh from you, and 2 cold and stiff from your departed dear, placed in a copper pot with whale's blood, and the herbals I've given ye. Boil it all while you speak the word reverse until you can speak no more. Emilio, if you don't hear from me again, it means that all hope is lost. Gee whiz. Oh, and there's the fingers. Good grief, this poor woman. Okay, am I stuck? Am I stuck? There's the dentist.
Come on. Hurry up. Hey, you got him. Put it down in the hole. Good job. Take this.
I won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help.
Pokemon Jimmy says, "Hi Ox, what's your favorite lore videos you've done?" Mindy disabled the electrified tracks leading to the Addermire station. They're safe to walk along now. Oh, and it gives me the code right there. I enjoyed the Turnquist family lore video that I did. Okay. Some dead overseers. Ooh, and an incinerator. Oh my. Hello, and it's not in here, but it is close. All right, am I on neutral land? Let's quick save here. Let's see. Bone charm. Right, well, we'll quick save. Before I go across, I want to get all of the runes and bone charms. Well, there it is. How do I get that? Do I gotta upgrade my ability? Scott says, "Keep up the good work, Oxhorn. Love from Destin from Florida." Thank you, Destin. Well, without the ability to possess a rat, or without upgrading my hand ability to bring something towards me, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. Use the heart on Mindy. That's a good idea. Manhole in the street, says Victor. All right.
This is Paolo's second in command, Mindy Blanchard. Early in life, she was someone else. Early on, she felt like she'd been born into the wrong life. So, she set about making it right.
Shoot the board with the crossbow, everybody says. Oh! Okay, because it's on a slope. It'll fall down, right? Okay, good idea.
Mindy Blanchard, second in command of the Howlers. She once broke a coffin maker's arm for smiling at her. If she says she's going to hunt you down and kill you in the street, then that's what she'll do. This one answers to Paolo, who is her closest friend and knows all her secrets. She calls them her lovers, those poor souls.
Ooh.
She goes after the rich ones who cry and faint at the first sign of trouble. She can't wait to take their pocket watches, jewels, and pride. Resents them for their easy lives. Was it enough just to rob them?
Okay.
She yelled.
Nasty character.
And cursed until they cried, just like she knew they would.
Got it. Thanks, everybody. Okay, now. before we take the rails, we've got a lot of bone charms and stuff to get. 76 meters, right around the corner. Let's quick save. See if we can find these.
Huh? Who's there? What the? Stop! Surrender and stop!
Okay. Didn't realize I was that close to an overseer. Surprised he didn't see me earlier.
Trying to get away from Karnaca now. Where are you gonna
So
go?
there she is, wanted. Mindy Blanchard.
Even if it's dirty.
Emily Caldwin, myself.
I'll ask again today if this is truly her chosen path. I can only hope the outsider hasn't gotten to her first.
Okay, so there's the there's the room I just explored.
What's going on here?
What?
You're not supposed to be here.
Body?
Shame on
Place of riches. But not all get a seat at the banquet table.
He's just unconscious. What? Somebody's down. There's nothing to do. That's terrible. Anything yet, brother? If that was a rat. Nothing here! I wonder who that was.
So they're outside. All right. So they're just sitting out there waiting for me to get, but they're heavily guarded. So that'll be fun.
Shit, what was that? Hey, you, come here!
Nobody there.
I'll perform rites over your corpse, blasphemer! I lost her. Defend yourself! Find her. I smell heresy on you. You aren't going anywhere!
Whoops, okay. I don't know how they crawled in there and found me, but... Try this again.
Say things aren't bad enough. Now I have to be on the lookout for some no-gooder with a knife. Why me?
I don't have any sleep darts.
For even the lowliest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body. Still no word from our sisters. Strange. Very strange indeed. I must draw strength from my brothers. For are we not as one?
It's impossible to
If
get
that
good
was
help
lunch,
these
then I'm a
days.
filthy blood
Sometimes
clot.
I think I'll just
That's
do
all
it
I'm gonna say.
myself. But then again, I have such
Why
a
can't I link that one guy?
Truth. The echoes of lies come back as the voice of the outsider. What was that? Hey, you! This area's off limits.
What was that? What?
What? I didn't link her.
Kill the world and the light of you. No, you are the brothers!
See, I was hoping to link the two overseers, so I choke one out and I choke the other one out. But no, it does it to that one.
And I'm a filthy blood fly. And that's all I'm going to say.
Someone there. No mercy!
You need higher level for more than 2 links. I'm not trying to do more than 2 links. I'm just trying to do 2.
Body? Here?
What's going on?
What? Somebody's not feeling well. Someone protect me! God! Someone! Someone there?
I wonder who that was. Hello? Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that. Shit, what was that?
Did you hear that?
I can smell the stench of heresy. So close. Fight, brothers. We need to find her.
Wow, holy cow.
What's going on? Come on. Let's have a fair fight. Stay sharp. Find something. Anything. Not so long.
Be on your guard, all right, boys?
So let's see.
Come on, show yourself.
Keep your eyes peeled.
We're all waiting for you.
Nothing.
Nothing here.
Shit! Look everywhere.
This time I'll get you.
Don't you running!
Oh!
I'll kill you for that.
Let me
You
show
won't get time to execute the blasphemer.
It's you and me. I don't like that. Better have a look.
One of us is down.
Somebody's down! Shit!
Shit. Poor guy.
Nothing here.
I'll have a look
Let's have a
around.
look around.
Let's...
Alright, and you know, whatever. Did my best. Hey, what can you say? Okay. Feeling good.
Corvo sleeping again last night. Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping tinctures.
Runes,
They can be
bone
kinda
charm.
pricey.
Bone charm. Bone charm, way over there. So I missed one. Well, let's try getting those first.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here? Listen, I only need
This
to...
area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with the city?
I told her, if you want my advice, just pay the fine and be done with it. No use making trouble.
That is what I should have said.
Nope.
They will rise.
What's that?
War, devouring everything wherever they go, even filth.
You know not the mind of the deviant, for their thoughts are drowned in dark waters.
Me, of course, as always.
Is that a room?
I will ask again today if this is truly her chosen path. I can only hope the outsider hasn't gotten to her first.
Good brother Harold, last week when we talked, oh, what a state I was in. It was good of you to take me aside and lend your advice. I've taken it to heart, and I know you're correct. Yes, I will need to be purified through ritual. Ah, what a road I have ahead of me. I know it well, for you may not know, but I endured the ritual once before, but 3 years ago. Though I was young and strong, I came within an inch of death. If I may impose upon you once again, would you be so kind as to not mention our conversation to anyone? I will arrange for the ritual, of course, very soon, though I confess ever since our talk I feel much better. No comparison to that agitated state in which you found me. Peace and clarity have returned to me. Truly, I do feel better in all, Brother Chester. All right. Bone charm above me. Ooh, bone charm. Hello. What do we got? Robust. Elixirs restore slightly more health. Okay. And Bird of Prey. Drop assassination. Restore some health. Great. Looks like it was hidden on the back of that picture. Oh!
Karnaca was a lovely city once, before the Duke began choking the life out of the place, before the Crown Killer started painting the walls red. Now you're here, and I have to wonder whether you're gonna give it that final nudge, or pull it back from the edge. We've both seen cities go bad before. Vermin, blood, and betrayal. It's happening again. I hope you're ready.
Man, this game is gonna judge me if I kill the people who are trying to kill me. Lovely. All right. Well, we've been broadcasting for almost 4 hours, ladies and gentlemen, and that, of course, means that I'm out of time. I wish it weren't so. I'm having so much fun with Dishonored 2. Am I doing a low chaos or a high chaos playthrough? I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure that out. Maybe I'm doing a mix of both. Sometimes low, sometimes high. I wonder if at the end I'll be awarded a mediocre Chaos playthrough. We'll see and do our best. Well, anyway, thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I've had a bunch of fun. I've been working on Creation Club videos. I published my video on the Manuel rifle on yesterday, on Sunday, and I'm working right now on the Neon Flats. I'm almost done with it, and I should have that for you tomorrow. Then we'll finish things up with the big Quake weapon that was released for the Creation Club, and we've got Obra Dinn, Fallout 2, and the continuation of Broken Steel for Fallout 3. So lots of great stuff to look forward to. Thanks for joining me for this live stream. My next live stream is on Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, Scotch and Smoke Rings, and we're playing a new game for Scotch and Smoke Rings, BioShock 2. Then Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, we'll be picking up with Rage, which we will likely finish on that day. I was at the very last quest when I left. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you all very soon, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Later.